Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. Challenging the might of our quiz galas today are the Wine Brains from Bristol. Now, this team work together producing and exporting wines around the world. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Carl. I'm an operations planning manager.
Hi, I'm Liam, and I'm a bulk wine and blending manager.
Hi, I'm Donna, and I'm the head of operations planning.
Hi, I'm Gareth, and I'm a product implementation planner.
Hi, I'm Pete, and I'm an operations planning manager.
So, Carl and team, hello.
Hello.
Great to see you. Carl, it's all about the wine, is it?
It is all about the wine, Jeremy, yes.
And tell us where you work and what you do there.
So we work at a production facility in Avonmouth, so we all have roles related to packaging bulk wine that comes over from various parts in the world.
Brilliant. And are you allowed to taste it while you're doing that?
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely,
can?
It's part of the job.
Oh, brilliant. I was not expecting that answer. They're all applying for jobs there now. Do you quiz together?
We do. Only annually, though, at our Christmas quiz.
So that's a fun occasion.
It is, yes.
And you quiz together and you've got different strengths and you're basically all ready to go here?
We like to think so.
OK, all right. Good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs. If the challengers fail to win, as you know, the prize money just rolls over to the next show. Now, Wine Brains, I can tell you that the Eggheads are just starting to get into their stride. They've won 3 in a row. So that means there's £4,000 for you to win today. Would you like to try?
Yes, please.
I thought so. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of film and TV. So one of you, please, against either Beth, Chris, Pat, Steve or Judith.
So, film and TV.
Don't mind doing that one.
So that's Donna and which Egghead?
You choose, Captain.
Chris.
OK.
So Donna against Chris.
Wow, it sounds like you've got a grid or a game plan or something.
It does sound like it.
All right, this is going to be good. Donna from Wine Brains taking on Chris. More of a beer brain, I think, Chris.
Beer and whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, OK. So to ensure there's no conferring, would you please both take your positions in our legendary question room? Good luck, Donna. Up against our Chris. Do you want to go first or second?
First, please.
OK. In a classic closing scene of EastEnders, Donna, when Zoe Slater protested, "You ain't my mother," who shouted, "Yes, I am"? Mo Slater, Cat Slater, or Charlie Slater?
I'm pretty sure it's Cat Slater.
Brilliant. It is Cat Slater. Well done. Good start. Chris, you knew that?
Never watched EastEnders in my life, Jeremy.
Your question. Who played Crocodile Dundee in the 1986 film? Was it Paul Hogan, Paul Giamatti, or Paul Newman?
That was Paul Hogan, mate.
Paul Hogan is right. Brown sport. OK, Donna, your question. Which former Blue Peter presenter became the central presenter of the TV series Most Haunted in 2002? Katie Hill, Yvette Fielding, or Helen Skelton?
I know this. I used to live in the village that's got the most haunted pub in the UK, and that was Yvette Fielding.
Well, that's a good answer. Yvette Fielding is quite right. So the pub is haunted, is it?
Apparently so. The Ram Inn.
Whereabouts is that?
It's in Wootton-under-Edge.
OK. Chris to play. Who provided the voice for Mr. Pricklepants in the 2010 animated film Toy Story 3? Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, or Timothy Dalton?
Didn't see Toy Story 3. Well, it wouldn't be Connery. Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan is your answer. Beth, no?
Yeah, he was a rather hammy, overacting Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton is the right answer.
Oh, right.
OK, so this is good, Donna. Get this right, you're in the final. What is the only thing said out loud by George Valentin, played by Jean Dujardin, in the 2011 Oscar-winning film The Artist? I'm sorry, you're late, or with pleasure?
Unfortunately, I've never seen this film. So I am going to go with I'm sorry.
Chris, do you know this?
Well, I know the film, but I can't for the life of me think of the only 2 words he says.
No, he must have been right at the end, I'm guessing, was it? Or, I can't remember. What do you think, Judith?
I think it's with pleasure.
Yes, you're right, Judith. With pleasure. So Chris has a chance to get back into it. You've got to get this one right, though, Chris. What is the surname of Mark, who paired up with fellow former Pop Idol contestant Sam Nixon to become the TV presenting duo Sam and Mark? Is it Rhodes, Ramsey, or Riley?
Oh. Mark Riley.
Mark Riley is wrong.
Yeah.
Rhodes is the answer. You are out. And Donna, you're in the final. Good start. All right, break the wine open. This is looking good for our challengers. They've taken on an egghead. They've emerged triumphant, but it is still just round one. Please return to us and we'll play on. So as it stands, wine brains have lost no brains from the final round. Well done, Donna. Eggheads have lost Chris. The next subject is politics. So who wants this?
Wow.
Gareth,
Yeah, we can have a go.
I think it's you. And,
Gareth?
Try it.
and
Okay, product planner. Against which egghead? And it can't be Chris.
Let's go Beth. Beth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more sciencey and things, isn't it? Okay. Yeah.
So Gareth against Beth, please.
I'm loving this team. Obviously watched the show, you've got a plan. Fantastic, and it's working well so far. Gareth from Wine Brains will now take on Beth from Eggheads, and please take your positions. Well, good luck here. You're playing Beth on politics, and would you like to go first or second?
Second, please.
Beth, your question. Which US president died in April 1945? Herbert Hoover, Franklin D. Roosevelt, or Dwight D. Eisenhower?
1945. I think he died in office. I think that's Franklin D. Roosevelt.
You're right. And Truman took over. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Gareth, in the name of a system introduced in 1979 by the EEC, for what did the E stand in the abbreviation ERM? Is this energy, exchange, or environment?
I'm thinking that was the exchange rate mechanism. Exchange?
Exchange is quite right, yeah. Caused a lot of bother for, well, Mrs. Thatcher and John Major before the Euro. Beth, how many seats did the Labour Party win at the 1997 general election? 321, 418, or 502?
They won a lot. Not helpful. There's nowhere won 502. 321 isn't quite enough. 418.
418 is quite right, Beth. Well done. And she's ahead. And Gareth, here is your next question. What colour is the cloth that covers the woolsack, the seat allocated to the Lord Speaker in the House of Lords? The woolsack. Blue, green, or red?
I think that may be green. A bit of a guess.
Green. Actually, it's red. I think on the basis that just seat covers tend to be red in the House of Lords, right? I think that's our logic, yeah. Okay, so Beth, you can take the round with this. The Riot Act, designed to prevent civil disorder, was passed by the British Parliament in which year? 1715, 1765, or 1815?
That's where the people would come and read it, and the people, if you read the Riot Act, you had to disperse. Would it be as late as 1815? Don't think it was early as 17. Maybe it was. I don't know. Not got a clue. Let's go down the middle. 1765.
No, 1715. So, a chance for you, Gareth, to level it up. Here we go. What was the real first name of the 20th century British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain? The real first name was Arthur, William, or Henry?
Neville Chamberlain. Again, a guess. I'm going to try Henry.
Anyone know here?
Arthur.
Arthur is the answer. So beaten by Beth, I'm afraid, Gareth. Beth will be in the final. And you've been knocked out. It's level. And we go into round 3 next. So it's level. Wine Brains have lost a brain from the final. The Eggheads have lost one as well. Perfectly poised for round 3. And it's food and drink.
Oh.
How good is this?
Come on, Carl.
Okay,
Come on.
I'll take that one.
Okay, Carl.
Capitano.
Now, who would you like to take on? Obviously can't be Chris or Beth.
I'll go Steve, please.
Great stuff. So Carl from Wine Brains taking on Steve on food and drink. Perfect, Steve.
I like to eat and drink, but don't
As long
ignore
as
me
it's
eating and drinking.
Yeah, it depends on what the questions are, obviously. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. Well, Carl, when I said food and drink, your whole team said, yeah, it's got to be Carl for this one.
Last night in the hotel, Jeremy, we agreed that I would take food and drink. I think this was the only round that I was signed up to take.
But I have you down as the fitness person because you've got some amazing, cycling, running thing going on?
Yeah, so I've got 2 goals this year. The first is to cycle 5,000 miles in the year. I know you're a keen cycling fan too.
Yeah.
And the second is to run 500 kilometres.
Wow. So if I'm just thinking, I'm just a rubbish cyclist and I cycle 70 miles a week. So it would take me 2-3 years to do what you're doing. So how are you going to do that?
So I tend to commute to work a little bit.
Yeah.
And if I haven't made up my miles Monday to Friday, and then I'll go out for a long ride on a Saturday or Sunday.
Wonderful. Well, it is a great thing, isn't it?
It is. I love it.
OK, so here we are, food and drink. And would you like to go first or second, Carl?
I'll go first, please, Jeremy.
I'm feeling this. Wine Brains. What type of food is edamame? Spelt E-D-A-M-A-M-E. Edamame. Soybeans, crispy seaweed, or rice noodles?
I've not heard of this, Jeremy. I'm going to rule out rice noodles. It sounds like it might be crispy seaweed.
Team, what do we think? It's one of those. Well, go on, Donna. You say
Soybeans.
soybeans. It's like one of those things you get in some sort of sandwich shops and stuff, I suppose, or little. I don't even know how to describe them. You sort of pop them out. The pods.
I always thought they were peas.
I thought they were like broad beans or something.
Yeah, they are, but you often get them podded as well.
Edamame. Sorry, Carl, but don't worry. Here's your question, Egghead. Which of these is the name of a French blackcurrant liqueur? Cantal, Cassis, or Cassoulet?
That's Cassis, Jeremy.
Cassis is correct. OK, over we go to you, Carl. What is the traditional filling of an Eccles cake? Currants, chantilly cream, or jam?
Oh, I know this one, Jeremy. The answer is currants.
Brilliant. Currants, you're off the blocks. Level. Steve's question. Which of these is known as the oyster plant because it has a flavour similar to oysters? Is it kale, yam, or salsify?
Oh, I say salsify, but whatever. It's salsify, Jeremy.
Salsify is right. Right, Carl. You've got to get this right. According to the Scotch whisky regulations of 2009, a Scotch whisky must have been matured for a period of no less than how many years? 3, 5, or 7?
I'm going to rule out 3 years because I think that might be too young. So it's between 5 and 7. I think I'm going to go 7 years, Jeremy.
I would have gone the longer one. Steve, what do you think?
Well, do you know, I went to this distillery they were making and tasting, and I thought, I'll pay attention to this, and obviously I didn't, but I just got into my head with 3.
And your brain is very sticky, where you remember
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
I'm no food and drink expert.
No, but you, 3 it is. 3 is the answer. Carl, so sorry, knocked out by Steve on food and drink. Come back to us, both of you, and we've got one more round to play before that final. Right, the Wine Brains have lost 2 now from the final round. The Eggheads have still just lost the 1. See if you can level it up now. Last round before the final, geography. Who would like this? So it's got to be, I think, Pete or Liam.
Pete.
Yeah.
Pete
Right,
or Liam.
you'd be better at that, I think. You're coming back, Pete. You're coming home.
You're coming home, Pete.
You're coming home.
Okay. Who am I going to take on?
Go, Pat.
Pat, just to try and
Yeah.
get on with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Pete against Pat, please.
OK, like
you're
it.
all
Very, very decisive again. Pete from the Wine Brains taking on Pat on geography. And if you can, find your way to the question room. So, Pete, your most exciting trip, I gather, was in a Cadillac.
Yeah, a long time ago now. When I was just out of university, bought one in LA and then drove it to New York. I think it cost about $1,000 and its reliability reflected that cost.
How many times did it break down?
Over 10 times.
OK, so you break down on Route 66 or something, you've got to ring someone, and do they come? Do they help you?
We got some really friendly Americans, helped us out at every kind of adversity, so it was great, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, good luck in the Cadillac now. On geography, and would you like to go first or second, Pete?
I'll go first, please, Jeremy.
Here we go. Nearly 3/5 of the world's population live on which continent? Asia, North America, or Europe?
I think it is Asia.
Asia's right. Well done. Pat, the country of Georgia is bordered on the west by which sea? Black Sea, Mediterranean Sea, or North Sea?
I think old Jason and his Argonauts were sent across the Black Sea to Georgia, so it's the Black Sea.
It is the Black Sea. And back we go to you, Pete. Which of these shares a border with Switzerland? Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, or Lithuania?
I am not 100% sure, but I think it's Luxembourg.
It's actually Liechtenstein. I guess the banking thing connects them. Pat, which mountain, now officially called Denali, is the highest peak in the USA? Which mountain? Mount McKinley, Mount Whitney, or Mount Logan?
It's up in Alaska. I think it was named originally Mount McKinley by by a man trying to curry favor with the president, but it's Mount McKinley.
Mount McKinley is correct. So, Pat has 2. You must get this one right to stay in, Pete. Take your time. The village known as Llanfair PG, famous for its 58-letter name, is in which part of Wales? Pembrokeshire Coast, Brecon Beacons, or Anglesey?
I know that Gareth knows the answer. Not sure. I think it might be the Brecon Beacons.
Let's go to Gareth. Gareth?
No.
No.
I'm Perry Pwll Gwynby Golgeric Gwynrodwell and Tresinio Gogogoch is in Anglesey.
And the railway station famously has the whole name, doesn't
It certainly used to. I'm not sure if it still does.
Anglesey, Pete, I'm sorry. 1 out of 3 is not enough because no way back, and that means Pat is in the final round. So tough but not impossible for our challengers in the final. Come back to us, both of you. We will play for £4,000. So this is what we've been playing towards. It's time for the final round, which as always is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads are not allowed to take part in this round. So it's Carl, Gareth and Pete from the Wine Brains and Chris as well from the Eggheads. Would you please leave the studio? Are we ready for this?
As we'll ever be.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Give it a go.
Liam and Donna, you're playing to win the Wine Brains £4,000. Beth, Pat, Steve, Judith, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I'm going to ask each team 3 questions in turn, all general knowledge. You can confer challenges. So, big question is, can your 2 brains defeat these 4? It can be done. Do you want to go first or second?
We've decided we'd try and get it over and done with nice and quickly, so we'll go first.
And here we go with your first question. Which German city shares its name with the German word for food? Bremen, Aachen, or Essen?
I can't remember from my GCSE German very much.
I'm just trying to remember my German verbs. I'm fairly sure it's not the first 2, and it's Essen.
Go with that. Yeah, I don't know.
We're going to say Essen, Jeremy.
Essen's right. Well done, yeah, to eat or meal. Brilliant. OK. So they have the first point, and Eggheads, we go to you. Which celebrity attended the 2001 Academy Awards ceremony wearing a dress that suggested a swan was draped around her neck? Is it Beyoncé, Madonna, or Björk?
Yeah, she had loads of photographs of the
Okay. I think she
swan
laid
dress.
leg as well.
Yeah, that is Björk.
It is indeed Björk. Well done. 1 each. Back to you, challengers. In a viral video of 2017, what subject was being discussed by Professor Robert Kelly in a live interview which was gate-crashed by his young children?
Oh.
Brexit, South Korea, or HS2?
Oh, that is such a brilliant video as well.
I've seen the video. I'm
God.
more focused on the child than the topic.
I don't think it was
Brexit.
I don't think it was HS2. My gut was South Korea.
I thought it was either South Korea or HS2, personally.
it's not a specialist subject.
No.
So should we go?
Go down the middle.
Yeah.
It's not, not our strongest area, so we'll go down the middle, Jeremy, with South Korea.
You're right. South Korea it was. Very good. Very funny video. Right, Eggheads, to catch up. Which of these is the name of a shipping forecast area? Penzance, Portsmouth, or Plymouth?
Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Plymouth. I listen to it every night and sometimes in the morning, and it's Plymouth.
Plymouth is the right answer. Okay. Your question. You've done well so far. You've got 2 out of 2. Get this one right. Just see, they might just topple over. £4,000 you're playing for. What was the first name of Stock, 1/3 of the British pop songwriting team Stock, Aitken and Waterman? Was it Mike, Tim, or Nick?
Mike, I think it was. Because it's.
I wouldn't know, so I'd be guessing. So if you believe it's
I think
Mike.
it's Mike Stock.
Yep. We're going to say Mike.
Beautifully played, Donna. Mike is right. Wow, that just came in at just the right moment. Okay, 3 out of 3 for our challengers. £4,000 they're playing for. And if the Eggheads get this wrong, you will need to do no more work today. Let's see. Here's your question. In Shakespeare's play Hamlet, which word immediately follows the line, to be or not to be? That is the question. Is it when, why, or whether?
Whether.
Weather.
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 I think.
Whether it is.
nobler.
Whether it is nobler than the mind.
Yeah. It's weather.
Weather is right. Someone started quoting it and kind of gave up. Give us
Whether
the
it
I
line.
know so much
better.
of it.
Go on.
Whether
Whether
it
it is
better.
noble in the mind, so if the slings now is of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the of troubles, and by opposing thus end them. And it
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Sea of trouble.
Nice one. So 3-3. Scores level. We go to sudden death in the final, playing for £4,000. Gets a bit harder now, though. I don't give you options. The footballer Cristiano Ronaldo was born on which island?
Oh, I know this one. It's Madeira, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is Madeira.
It's about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just come back from Portugal, so
Yeah, we'll go Madeira.
Madeira's right. Eggheads. In an English edition of the game of Scrabble, on a standard square, G and which other letter are worth 2 points?
is it D?
C's 3, isn't it?
Just thought it was D.
You think it's...
I don't play it much
I
at all,
can't
even at
spell,
all.
so-
D.
A1, B3,
You might be right.
C3, D, E1, F4, G2, H4, I1, J8, K5, L1, M3, N1, O1, B3, Q10, R1, S1, T1, U4? No,
What is vowel?
A vowel?
yeah. V4, W4, X8, Y4, Z10, yeah?
It's
D.
D.
Just
Is
so
it
that-
D? D?
Yeah.
It's D. It's D.
D. And did I hear you go through every single piece there, Pat?
Pat did.
Yes.
I tried to.
D is the right answer.
What about if we were wrong?
2 points. Amazing. Okay, sudden death. That's what you're up against. Just keep getting them right, because I've seen it happen. The fuse box will blow. Here's your question. £4,000 we're playing for. The motto of the Order of the Garter is Honi soit qui mal y what? I can spell it out for you if you want.
I'm not sure that's going to help, Jeremy, if I'm honest.
I think the run may have come to an end.
Yeah. Read it one more time, and then we'll just try and come up with a word.
So Oni is, just visualize it. Oni is H-O-N-I, soit, S-O-I-T, qui, Q-U-I, mal, M-A-L, and then just Y. Oni soit qui mali what?
I wouldn't have a clue. I don't even know which.
It's probably something. It'd be a Latin word for, I don't know, country or
Yeah.
something.
I don't know any Latin. So.
Neither do I. I don't think we can even come up with a guess.
Yeah. No, well, we'll have to pass.
Go for anything.
Quasi.
Quasi. I like the idea of it. Oni soit qui mali quasi. Eggheads.
Pense.
Pense. Oni soit qui mali pense. Which means
Something, a shame on him who harbours.
Shame on him
who
who.
has bad
ill
thoughts.
thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I thought it meant.
Oni
Yeah.
soit qui mali pense. You'll now see it everywhere. You'll now see it everywhere. Ah! Bad luck, but I love Quasi. Oni Swaki Mali Quasi. All right, the Eggheads, they may be complacent. Let's just see. In Russian history, the Romanov dynasty started in which century? Eggheads.
16. Yeah.
It was at the end
Or
of the
was it
chaos
16?
following the fall of Ivan the Terrible and the fall of Dimitri's.
1540s, weren't it? Somewhere around there.
It's the 16th century.
It wasn't 16 something.
Well, I thought it were
What
middle of
was it?
16th.
Middle of the 1500s, you think?
Yeah, that's definitely thought.
So
around
Ivan has died,
1540s.
and there's been the years of trouble afterwards, and then the Romanovs come in.
So it's 16th
century.
That's right. I mean, if anybody thinks
No,
different-
I don't think anything.
I read it the other day, and the 16th came into it, but whether it was 16 something.
Or 16th century.
Yes, exactly.
I definitely thought Ivan the Terrible were 15
Okay.
to whatever.
I'm sure you're right. Okay, 16th.
Yeah.
That's the 16th century.
The 16th century, so the 1500s. That's wrong. It's the 17th century.
Oh, sorry.
I was right.
I really thought.
And that's where
I was right.
you did that well. You got them chuckling. And that can often put them off their quizzing. Here we go. In British history, who was on the throne when Dick Turpin was hanged?
OK, so
Think about it. How long ago are we talking?
1800s?
I would be taking a complete guess, really. I don't know who would have had him hanged. Thinking male or female?
Male. Let's go with a nice strong name. Don't know. Oh, crikey, I don't know. I've got no idea.
It's going to be a guess. What, Edward, George? I don't even know
Let's
which
go
of them.
Edward, because that's a
B.
nice B, and then let's just choose a number.
Between one and...
I don't know. Second.
Edward II.
Eggheads.
George II.
George II was the answer. OK, here's your question. You can take the contest with this. Eggheads, which song, a UK hit single for Maria Muldaur in 1974 and the brand new Heavies in 1994, features the line, "Send your camel to bed"?
Midnight at the Oasis.
Yeah.
Midnight at the Oasis.
Midnight at the Oasis.
Midnight at the Oasis is quite right. We say congratulations, Eggheads, you have won. You would have known that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But George, who was king when? Oof. Commiserations to the wine brains. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, and they still reign supreme over Quizland. So the challengers don't go home with the £4,000. The money rolls over to our next show, and we say, Eggheads, well done. Let's see if you can get a bit of a run going here. Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. Take them down. If they do, they'll win £5,000. Till then, goodbye.